So today what we're doing is an expansion draft rebuild. Essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an expansion draft and then I'm going to rebuild that team. Right? It's crazy. It's so straightforward. How we're going to do that, I'll explain it in a bit. Obviously, there's no expansion draft or no expansion teams in MLB The Show, so we do have to use our imagination a little bit, but we're going to hop into it, and I hope you do enjoy it. Of course, if you do, hit that like button down below. If you're new here or you come here often and you haven't subscribed yet, consider hitting that subscribe button down below. And of course, in the comment section, let me know, do you think we're going to see some expansion teams in the majors anytime soon? I think maybe, 5-10 years, it's definitely a possibility. I don't think anything in the immediate future, but I could see, 2 new teams hopping into the majors, maybe shuffling around the divisions a little bit. I think that could definitely be a possibility. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. With that being said, also follow all my social media links and all that good stuff. That'll be in the description down below. And before this screen, actually, let me show you something. Let me show you something here. So in 1997, there was an expansion draft. That was the year that the Diamondbacks and the Rays joined the league. And so how it worked was each team got 35 players. It was divided into 3 rounds where the rounds were 14, 14, and 7 players chosen. So it wasn't just like a free-for-all. They could choose whoever they wanted. So there was a protected list on the other teams in the league. In the first round, each organization was allowed to protect 15 players from the entire organization. That's right, 15. So that included the entire organization. So with that in mind, players that didn't have any major league experience were exempt. So like top prospects, all that stuff, you couldn't choose them. And so there was that kind of little extra protection, but also each team could add 3 more players after the first round. So in the second round, it was 18. And in the third round, it was 21 players that were protected. So still, you're looking at, in the first round, 10 players who aren't protected that are on the major league roster at this time. Obviously now there's 26 on the roster, but at that time it was 25. And then another caveat was you can't choose more than 1 player from the same team in the same round. So I can't pick 2 players from the Yankees in round 1. I have to wait until the second round to pick another Yankee. So with that being said, how we're going to do this is I'm going to take 14 picks, 7 picks. We're going to stick with the round system. And then how this is going to work is I can't pick any player from the same team twice, or I can't pick a player from the same team twice. So yeah, so I can't pick 2 Yankees in the same 14 picks, right? In the same round. We'll do that. And then I'm going to try to avoid taking regular starters and also top prospects. So essentially I'm going to try to stick to this whole protected player idea, right? We got to use our best judgment, make sure that we choose players that would essentially be expendable to an MLB team. And then try not to pick 2 Yankees or 2 Cubs or 2 Red Sox or whatever it is. So that is how we're going to handle this. So yeah, 3 rounds, 35 players. Let's get into it. So how I tried to figure this out was I kind of went to the MLB, I sorted by league with MLB, and I kind of just saw who was available, who wasn't available. He shouldn't be here. But what basically happened was I just tried to kind of search what was their top players, who would be protected. So obviously I went through here and I was like, well, Chapman's right outside that 15 player range, but I would assume as their closer, he would be protected as one of the top 15 players. Or, go into other teams. I tried to see who would be protected, who wouldn't be. Basically kind of their star players, their core players I'm going to avoid. And obviously top prospects. So no Torkelson. Wander's probably off the table as well. Other top prospects, Adley, top prospects that haven't seen game time, or major league time, that would be protected. I'm gonna avoid those guys as well. So let's get into it. How this is gonna work is I'm just gonna go over here. We're gonna back out of this. We're gonna go to player movement. And how I'm gonna do this is we're gonna have to be the Rockies for now. And the reason why I'm going to have to be that is because obviously I have to be a team, but the Rockies will not be the expansion team. We'll change the name. We'll come up with some other team. But my first pick is actually going to be Charlie Blackmon. I just felt okay, this is the team we're going to rock with. This is the team, or this is the player that I want. Charlie Blackmon, I feel is expendable for the Rockies. The contract is way too high. He's one of those players who's kind of in the decline. But hear me out. With that being said, if a team would be willing to take on his contract, I feel the Rockies would take that chance on letting a team pick him in an expansion draft. So my first pick, Charlie Blackmon. Next up, I'm going to go to the White Sox, and I feel like another player who kind of has a bigger contract and would be expendable, kind of a player that they would be like, hey, we're going to leave him unprotected. So if you want to take him, go right ahead. It's going to be Dallas Keuchel. A little bit older, contract's a little high, coming off a rough season. I feel like he would be a guy that they'd be like, you know what, 100%, he is available. So we're going to make that move as well. So that is going to be our second pick in Dallas Keuchel. Our third pick is also going to be a pitcher. This time with the Yankees, it's going to be Domingo Germán. Off the field issues, seems like a player that they don't want in the clubhouse anymore. Yes, the off the field issues are definitely a problem, but I feel like he would be a player that's not protected and they'd be okay with him leaving. So let me give them one of our lower rated pitchers, and that's going to be our next pick in Domingo Germán. Another player who kind of seems like he's kind of out the door, and they would kind of just be like, if you want to pick him, go ahead and pick him. And that's going to be Miguel Sano of the Twins. We're going to go with him. We're going to add him to the team. Again, I just feel like one of those guys who hasn't really figured it out in the majors. Yes, the power's there. Yes, can play first, maybe third if you really wanted to. We're going to go with Miguel Sano. Our next one's going to be a pitcher. And who was it? It was with the Diamondbacks. I'm going to go to Merrill Kelly of the Diamondbacks. Just a guy that I feel like they would just... It's just like a one-year deal type situation with him. I feel like they'd be like, you know what? Go ahead. Go ahead, take him. Merrill Kelly. We're going to go with him. So, there is that. A player who just recently got DFA is going to be our next pick, and that's going to be Colin Moran. We're going to add him to the team. Yeah, he can go. That's okay. So Colin Moran's going to join the squad. So those are our first few picks right there. You guys can kind of see what we've got going on. I don't mind it. Actually, could I guess I could put myself in this corner so you can guys kind of see what's going on over here. So these are our picks through the first, 6 picks? 7 picks? I don't even know anymore. I'm going to go to another player that recently got DFA'd. I'm going to go to the Phillies, and it's going to be Mauricio Llovera, the starter, who just kind of seems like a younger player that we could take a chance on. Let's give him a shot. We're going to give him, probably a starting rotation spot. It's just one of those hope and pray moves. See if it works out. But yeah, he's going to join the team as well. Next up, after Llovera, we're going to go to a player who, man, hasn't played in a bit. Could potentially, be a player that could help us out. Where is he at? Robinson Cano is a player that I want. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to the Mets, and I'm going to probably find out that he is on the single A roster. Where is he? Robinson Cano, he is. So let's move him to AAA. Let's back out. And now let's go to the Rockies, and let's get ourselves a Robbie Cano, don't you know, and put him in the team. That's who I want. And I definitely think the Mets would be like, hey, if you want to pay his contract and you want him in your team, you can have him. So now Robinson Cano is going to be joining us here in Colorado. I guess I should do it where we had it back over here so you guys can see the team now that I'm in the bottom corner. But yeah, there he is. Robbie Cano is going to be second base, first base, third base, DH potentially, whatever it is, he's in the team. Next up, I'm going to go with another kind of veteran presence. He's going to be a first baseman, another big contract as well. I'm kind of picking some established players with bigger contracts because I feel like those would be the guys that would be available. And I'm going to go with Eric Hosmer. Yes, I know you're probably like, why would you get Eric Hosmer? Honestly, if you look at Hosmer, Cano, Charlie Blackmon, they're going to be able to hit. It may not be for a long time, but at least for a season, they could help us out, give us an established, kind of like a lineup that we could just start with and hopefully give us a season or two. A lot of older guys, I understand that, but we'll make it work. We'll make it work. Next up, I've got my squad all ready to go for the most part. There are going to be a couple names that I need to sort out, but let's start moving through it a little bit quicker. We're going to go to Miami now. We're going to go to a starter. We're going to go to Eliezer Hernandez. Where is he? Right here. He's going to be joining us in our expansion draft squad. Next up, we're going to go to the Cubs, a player that I feel like is kind of on the fringe of being in the starting rotation, the bullpen. Maybe starts in AAA. Alec Mills. I definitely think he's a name that would be available. And following that, we're going to go to the Reds. We're going to take Jeff Hoffman. Where is he? Jeff Hoffman's going to be available as well. So we're going to take him. Following that, we're going to go to the Dodgers. We're going to take one of their catchers who they actually took from the Cubs after the Cubs put him on waivers. And it's going to be Tony Walters. Where is he? Just a guy that's been kind of bouncing around teams here and there. So let's get him in. And he's going to probably be our starting catcher. So that kind of gives you the idea of player we're working with as we move through this. This one, another player I believe just got DFA'd as well. We'll see. I'm not 100% sure on that. But either way, I'm going to go to left fielder / second baseman. Where did he go? Where is he? Shed Long. He is in the team as well. That is our next pick. So you can kind of see what we're doing here. A little bit of veteran, a little bit of young guy. You know, we've got our mix going pretty well. Another guy that just kind of seems like isn't going to get a shot with the team that he's on. We're going to go Yermin Mercedes. That's right. We're bringing in Yermin. The Yerminator has joined us here with our squad as that's actually our 15th pick. So we're going to be moving into the second round now. And still kind of sticking with those players that have been on the fringe. You got to think, you know, even with 18 players being protected, that's still 8 guys on the major league roster that aren't protected. Plus probably a couple guys who are kind of like quadruple A players, you know, those guys that are still in triple A but should be in the majors or just not quite major league ready yet, you know, like the quadruple A title. So there's that. Next up, this one's kind of interesting. And now that I say that he might be a start or might be the backup catcher, honestly, he might be the starting catcher, and it's going to be the Blue Jays. Blue Jays got an interesting situation where they have 3 catchers who are all kind of like at the same level right now. You've got Kirk, McGuire, and Danny Jansen. I feel like one of those 3 would be available, and I feel like even after the first round, one of those 3 is still going to be available. So at least one of those 3. I'm going to go Reese McGuire. I kind of feel like Kirk is definitely a player they would protect, even though he's like the trade bait piece right now. I think McGuire would be a name that we could snag up, and actually he's probably going to be our starter, so he probably should have been the catcher I went with first rather than Tony Walters. But we'll get our catchers out of the way just because catchers are a little bit iffy on getting some good ones. So let's get Reese McGuire into the team. Next up, I'm going to go back to the Reds. Sorry, Reds, I'm just taking some of your guys. That's just the way it's got to be. I'm going to take center fielder Delino DeShields. I know he just got signed in real life to the team. Let's snag him up. Let's get him into the team. Next up, another outfielder, kind of a guy who's been bouncing around a little bit, can't really figure it out in the majors. We're going to go for Franchy Cordero. So let's get him. Where is he? This is probably the hardest part, just finding where these guys are and putting them into the team. Following that, we're going to go to the Braves. We're going to take Orlando Arcia, or Arcia, I probably should say. He's a shortstop. Let's get him into the squad. So boom. Next up, he's in the team, so that's pretty good to see. We're getting some players. I'm liking the team we're putting together. Tampa Bay, we're gonna go to the Braves, the Rays. We're gonna take a player that definitely is just gonna be available. It's gonna be Jalen Beeks. We're gonna get our first. I'm pretty sure that's our first reliever, if I'm correct. Following that, we're gonna stick with the reliever train of thought, and we're gonna go for Joe Jimenez. Definitely a player that the Tigers aren't gonna be protecting. Just not. He just isn't. Next up, Keston. Kes Daddy joined the squad. He's in the team. Boom. Yeah, that's right. I feel like his time is very thin with the Brewers. I feel like they would rather protect some other guys in the squad. Yeah, Kes Daddy's available. We're going to go to Kansas City for a player that I actually think they released in Ryan O'Hearn. We're going to go for him. I also thought about the other guy. The other one, McBroom, the other guy. Wow, that sounds terrible. But I'm going to go with O'Hearn. I'm going to go back to can I go back to the Cubs yet? I can't go back to the Cubs because Alec Mills was a first-round pick. I can go back to the Cubs. I'm going to take David Bodie. In real life, I'm not the biggest fan of David Bodie, but I feel like as a platoon guy for us, he could help us out. I'm going to go to the Rangers. I'm going to steal a recent free agent from them, and that's going to be Hunter Wood. If I can find him, there he is. We're going to get him into the team. Following that, we're going to go to Philadelphia. We're going to steal a player that just really hasn't panned out after they gave him that contract. That's going to be Scott Kingery. And you're probably thinking, oh, he's going to be protected. I don't think he would be. I honestly think they would be a guy that they would take a risk on, potentially getting taken by another team. We're going to go to the Yankees now. We're going to steal one of their relievers in Michael King, I think it is. It is Michael King. We're going to take him. Following that, we're going to go to the Cardinals. We're going to take Ryan Helsley. Definitely a reliever that I just feel like they would be okay with not protecting. I feel like, again, with all these players, it just kind of seems like you kind of have to protect, players that you would rather focus on, like Arenado, Gallegos, Edman, Yachty, Goldschmidt, O'Neill, Bader, those kind of guys, Carlson. So you got to think about that. And now that we head into the final 7 picks Final 7 picks, I still think this guy would be available, and that's going to be Malix Smith. Outfielder, helps us out a little bit more in the outfield. Daniel Norris of the Brewers didn't work out at all this year. I was surprised. I thought that the Brewers would be that type of team that would be able to turn him around. I totally forgot about David Dahl. I bet David Dahl would have been a good pick. And now that I'm thinking about it, I probably could still get David Dahl. But you know what? I'm gonna hold off on him. I'm gonna go to the White Sox and I'm gonna get Jace Fry. I don't remember if the White Sox brought back Jace Fry or if they released him. Normally not a player I like, but I think he could help us out for a little bit. I am actually gonna go to the Royals this time again, and I am gonna take Hunter Dozier, a player that just it's not really working out for him. So I think he's gonna be available. I'm gonna go to the Braves. I'm gonna take Tuki Toussaint, who is his age is actually way off in MLB The Show. He is not 22, he is 25. So way to go, MLB The Show. Way to get that one wrong. On top of plenty other players that are incorrect. Last 2 picks, guys. Last 2 picks, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna go to Derek Dietrich as one of them. We're gonna get double D in our team, and the last pick is gonna be from the Mets, and it's gonna be Robert Stock if I can find him. There he is. There it is. That is our team. That is our 35 picks, or those are our 35 picks. Everybody from the expansion draft. Probably took a little bit longer than anticipated, but let's go see how we can do with this team. All right, so this video, our expansion team is going to be the Las Vegas Aces. I'm pretty sure there's a WNBA team with the same name. I know, but we're going to go with the Vegas Aces. All right, we're going to rock with it. All right, next up, we're going to hop into it. Contracts are off. Fantasy draft is obviously going to be off. Budgets are off. I might be in a little trouble there, but we'll figure it out as we hop into it. So everything's going to be on manual like we normally do. Let's get into the regular season, and let me make sure my roster is set. All right, so we're sitting at around 11 mil for the budget. I signed a couple, scouts. That's the word. Ian Desmond, I don't want on the team anymore, so I might just actually cut him. That way he doesn't get called up at all. Boom. So there's that. But we got a lot of lefties, and I didn't realize that as I was drafting the team. You can see Yerman, Franchi, O'Hearn, Keston, Bodie. They're all down here as well. I just felt like this would probably be the better of the options to have up right now. But honestly, I didn't realize we had this many lefties, and that's definitely going to come back to haunt us 100%. And then when you take a look at the rotation, it looks okay. It looks okay. I don't hate it. I really don't. But the bullpen, definitely some question marks. I don't know how it's going to do. We'll have to wait and see. But for right now, let's just sim through the first year. Let's see how it goes. And yeah, let's make sure the slider's turned down. We got that turned down, and we should be good to go now. But yeah, I don't have good faith. We're in a really tough division. All right, I got to show you what just happened at the trade deadline. What? So the Orioles seem to kind of trade away everybody. So Mancini for Antoine Kelly, which, okay, whatever. But then they traded away Mountcastle as well. All right, it's gonna get crazier. It's gonna get crazier. So you guys can kind of see the trades that are going on. Like I mentioned, I did turn it down a little bit. You got Bo Bichette going to the Reds, and then you have Cedric Mullins going to the Reds. What? That's wild. That's absolutely insane, by the way. Unreal. And then Ramon Urias for Jason Dominguez. I feel like Ramon Urias always goes to the Yankees for some reason. But either way, we're not doing too well. Season's about to be over. See you guys then. So the regular season's over. 73 and 89. And honestly, it wasn't terrible. You know, we definitely weren't the worst team in baseball, which is good to see. I feel like we've got a good foundation to build on. I feel like we've got some good offensive players, but I think we definitely got a mountain to climb in the West. Maybe a wild card spot is more realistic, and then we could try to win it that way. But let's see how the season played out. DeGrom and Trout. You got Cole and DeGrom winning Cy Young, of course. Sadly, no awards. Sadly, no awards. Craig Stammen, who is in AAA, was your reliever of the year. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Makes total sense. And then Kirilloff and India are your rookies of the year. All right. Let's see. So it looks like Alec Mills was sent down. I can see why. You know, Mauricio Rivera's up to a 70. Who else? Jace Fry. He went down. Was kind of hoping that wouldn't have happened. Daniel Norris is going up. So that's promising. Robert Stock got sent down with the 4 ERA. Not ideal. And then we take a look at the rest of the team. We got Jeff Hoffman. Peter Lambert was already part of the Rockies organization, aka the Las Vegas Aces. You got Helsley, who didn't pitch at all, so it looks like he spent most of the AAA in the minors, or most of the season in AAA. But you can see he's going up. Jalen Beeks struggled as well. Tiki Toussaint actually had a decent year. Oh, actually a really good year, and he went down in potential, sadly. Hunter Wood struggled. And then Joe Jimenez didn't pitch at all. So there's that. Michael King, 51. Okay. I like what I see. That's promising. Dallas Keuchel's falling off quite a bit, which is not good. Not good at all. We've got him for another year. Domingo Herman was great. So was Merrill Kelly. And then Eliezer Hernandez as a 5. Was hoping for a little better, but we could work with it there. Wow. Not good. So Charlie Blackmon's down to a 68. Yeah, he was pretty bad, huh? He was pretty bad. Eric Hosmer, not great either. Colin Moran, no. Robinson Cano, no. Not good. All right, let's see what our bench put up. 0 for 3 for Yermin. We got Miguel Sano had 20 at-bats, 6 hits. You know, Tony Walters was okay off the bench. No power, but was all right. Franchi, okay. Kingery, we're in trouble. We are definitely in trouble. We need offense and pitching for sure. Let's see how everybody else did. Malik Smith, okay, we might have something there. Reese McGuire, okay, not too bad. Shed Long, not terrible either. Dozier was pretty terrible. Arcia, yeah, we need offense. We need offense, and that's clear. Pitching too. We just kind of need everything, but that's what you expect with an expansion draft. You're not really going to have the best of players. Ooh, he retired. That's actually going to open up a lot of money there, so that actually helps us out. As you can see, we're bugged. We have the MLB / Las Vegas logo combined. Julius Chassin can walk. I'm okay with that. And as we head into the 40-man, let's add Keston. For sure. Let's go like that. Let's see, Benny Montgomery, just in case. I don't think he's going to get chosen, but I'd rather not take the chance. Who's on my 40-man that I can release? There's got to be someone that I'm okay getting rid of. Who did really, really bad that I just don't want to bring back? Probably Alec Mills. I think I'm okay with that happening, as well as how was Derek Dietrich? Not great. But I think as a bench bat, he'll be okay. David Bodie didn't really get a chance. Did anybody else just like kind of tank that we could possibly get rid of? Realistically, it's Charlie Blackmon. Can I trade Charlie Blackmon? Is that a possibility? Like, can I get rid of Charlie Blackmon? If that's possible, it is possible. Ooh, okay, I'm in. Honestly, whatever. You just whoever. For whatever. I don't want Patrick Corbin. That's a no. All right, let's go with maybe a reliever's available for a team. Maybe we can snag up somebody. Let's see. There's got to be somebody. I don't want that. All right, I'm gonna find somebody. I will find somebody. I don't know who it's gonna be yet, but we're gonna find somebody that's gonna help us out. Maybe like a Colome. Nope. Stashik? No, we know he doesn't do well. There's gonna be somebody here it's gonna be perfect for us. I already know it. We just gotta find that person. It's gonna be someone a little bit lower rated. Betances? No, it's not gonna be Betances. Corey Knebel? No. Avilan? What about Archie Bradley? How would he do? 16 innings pitched? There's got to be someone in this team that we can also give them. Adderling Ruiz. There we go. Archie Bradley. A little bit better. We'll sort out the 40-man as well. We got to. But let me see how much money we have to play with. All right, so looking at the lineup here, we got a lot of first basemen. And, I mean, that's fine. We'll work with it. We can put Franchi in right. Honestly, probably should let Moran play first or Miguel Sano at DH. And then what do we need? We definitely need a shortstop. We definitely need a third baseman, and this is second base. So second base might be able to get fixed by this guy right here that we drafted. We could throw him into the team. He actually looks really good. And then who else? We drafted Harvey Wells. He looks decent as well, but he's a little bit more of a project. An issue with the way we had to do this is I released basically like everybody in the Rockies organization. So you're going to see Trevor Story, you're going to see Tapia, Marquez, Brendan Rodgers. I'm going to let those guys get signed by other teams. I just feel like bringing them back doesn't make a lot of sense. Hampson, Gomber, you know, those guys. So basically anybody who was on the Rockies before, I'm going to try to avoid them just because it just doesn't make sense for them to be available. But with that in mind, I am going to be looking to bring in players that help us out that would be available through free agency. So, you know, like Jack Peterson's available, Chris Bryant's available, VR, Wilmer Flores. Actually, this free agent class might be one of the worst I've ever seen. Brandon Belt's available. Pitching, not much, but Alex Wood is. Interesting. Alex Wood. Why is he available? I'm going to give him a contract. I'm going to give him 2 years. I'm going to give him 20 mil as well. I want him in the team. I also want Michael Pineda for a year. I'm trying to win this next season. It's happening. I'll give him a little bit of money. A lot of money. It is a lot, but we have money to play with. Relievers. I think relievers might be one of the areas that we're not too... I'm not too fussed to try to improve right away. Yo, Wilmer Flores had a season. 16 mil, Wilmer Flores. Holy... By the way, plus, he went up a lot. He hit 295 with a 386 on base percentage and 30 home runs. Woo! Okay. All right, Chris Bryant's also... I kind of want Nicholas Castellanos over Chris Bryant. It's probably going to be a little bit cheaper too. So let's bump this up. Let's give him the money. Let's go 60 mil. 10 mil, honestly, not that much. 6 years is a lot. So maybe like 5 years. We'll even give him the player option. Make him even happier. So that helps us out with 2 starters. We get an extra outfield bat, but also Castellanos could play first or third if necessary. I really wanted Wilmer Flores, but that is way too much money. Way too much money. Brandon Belt is a possibility. He is going down though, so I'm a little worried there. Dude, Wilmer, I just don't think he's going to do that, and I can't pay him 15 mil. So I might go the cheaper option, maybe like a Brock Holt for a season. 4.5. Actually, I'm going to hold off on the cheaper guys because I think we're going to see some other names start to pop up in free agency too. So we got Pineda, Castellanos, and Alex Wood. We got Castellanos. We lost Alec Mills. That's okay. Chris Bryant goes to the Dodgers. And as we continue to move through free agency, I think we got everybody that we wanted, huh? We did. All right, so let's keep moving to this section. Osuna. All right, this is where I want to see if anybody else became available. Doesn't really look like it. So, like, Brad Miller's not terrible. Vogelbach. Actually, we'll sign him. We'll take him. That's not a bad one. Who else? Christian Lopez. Doesn't look terrible. We all know Jace Peterson's kind of good. Josh Rojas, no. Brock Holt's still available, so that's a name that I'm a little interested in him. Anybody else? Taylor Walls always becomes available. I'm just trying to see if like anything. Raimel Tapia is still available. Like Garrett Hampson too. Jonathan Daza. Like, you know, those are names that I would definitely be interested if I didn't have them. Brandon Nimmo. Oh man, I can't. That's just too cheaty. We always get him, even though it is falling in our lap 100%. I think I'm gonna pass on that. But there's got to be somebody else. It was Brinson versus lefties, maybe. Sounds crazy, but like Jankowski, I've been getting a lot too. A lot of you guys have been saying, let's get Brian De La Cruz. I'll pick him up for a season. He might end up helping us out. But realistically, I kind of need this infield help. Wilmer was like perfect, and I didn't do it. You know, I didn't get him. So like that was kind of dumb on my part. We could also make trades too. So let's see what pops up in the Rule 5 draft, as it looks like a lot of names got picked up there. But let's see who becomes available here. I mean, there could be somebody that we could use. David Dahl. Let's see here. Franchi O'Hearn, Zach Bean. Okay, actually, I don't need any more lefties. That was another thing that I didn't even look at once, is that I didn't need lefties, like, at all. Yikes. Yeah, I think we're going to make some trades. Let's do that. Let's make trades. I feel like that's more fun anyways. Let's skip the pick. Skip the pick. Back out of this. Let's make some trades. I think that's the way to do it. Yeah, 100%. Let's go make some trades. All right, let's start it off with the pitcher. Keuchel, Kingery, and Sano for John Means. Boom, there's our first starter that's in the mix. I mean, actually, that's pretty big for us. And I still would like a... Ooh, wait, hold on. Let me sort this out. We've got Pineda. We've got Wood. We've got Kelly. I'm thinking Hoffman takes this spot. Man, this is a mess now. I gotta sort this all up. So he goes down. Mauricio Vera. I know we drafted him, but let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So I still think we have an extra. So Jeff Hoffman or Hernandez. Let's put Hernandez in AAA for now. So it'll look like this. We got to sort this out. I signed a bunch of guys, and for some reason they're in the major league roster. That's annoying. So yeah, they got added to the 40 man, I guess. They shouldn't be, but okay. And then let's remove them from the 40 man. Remove them from the 40 man. Like, why did that happen? No wonder why a couple of my players got designated for assignment, including like Daniel Norris, Keston, and a couple others. So now looking at this, it's still a little clustered. I think I want to trade a couple of them, see if I can just upgrade them. But for right now, I'm okay there. Castellanos is going to just play DH for now. We'll sort that out later. And then we'll just say like him at second, even though that's definitely not the case. Didn't I sign somebody to play second base for us? I did not. We got to trade for somebody. But how are we going to do that? Maybe Delino DeShields gets traded. Let's trade him because we've got Malik Smith in center. And I feel like we've got plenty of outfielders. Let's try to get like a second baseman or maybe a shortstop too. Let's do that. Let's go for a shortstop instead. Let's see. Who could we get? Willie Adames. A little far off on him. How did Bo Bichette do? Not great. So we might actually be able to trade for him. Let's try that. Let's see. Ooh, there's definitely something here. There's definitely somebody here that you want. Come on. There's got to be somebody here that you want to give me Bo Bichette. 100% there is. I know there is. Benny Montgomery. For our shortstop that we're going to use for the foreseeable future, I'm in. I know if we were going to be here for a while, I would do it. But like, I'm liking this. I'm liking this. So still kind of need a leadoff guy. What position could we make our leadoff guy? Second base, because we have O'Hearn there, and we don't have one. So any slappy second baseman, that's what I'm looking for. A slappy second baseman. Gonna get on base a lot. Who have we been going for? It's a little slappy, gets on base, helps us out. How did Luis Guillorme do? Really well. You know what? It's crazy, but let's do it. There's got to be someone here in our team that's gonna make this possible that we're not using. That's another thing. Who are we not using that could make this possible? Maybe Guillorme is out of our reach. Man, is there somebody else then? Let's see. What do we got to give up? Lambert, Helsley, and Veen. I'm not using Lambert. Honestly, I would like to keep Zach Veen. So, let's see. What about that? There we go. There we go. Boom. Jonathan India is now in the team. I'm just stealing the Reds. That's really what it's coming down to. Still doesn't give me a leadoff guy versus righties. I don't really want Reese McGuire to be that guy, but at least we're upgrading. We're upgrading for sure. Do we have anybody in the farm system? Anybody at all that we could like call up that could be the leadoff guy? I don't really think so. Sadly, we don't. Let's see, in the outfield at all? No. So let me see if I can find somebody. Joey Wendell, Hunter Dozier Hunter Dozier, Eliezer Hernandez for Joey Wendell. Yeah. There it is. There's our leadoff guy. Back to being a very lefty-heavy lineup. But I'm going to sort this out because I feel like this is a lot better team than what we had. I'm going to get Yoni Chirinos for Hosmer and Beeks, essentially. There it is. I think that's it. I think we've made enough moves. Yeah, I think we've definitely made enough moves where we can do some damage here. I mean, look at this team. This team is like 1,000 times better than what it was last year. And like, yeah, we didn't really trade anybody that like we signed, did we? No, I feel like We just signed some guys. We made some trades with the players that we had. You know, took advantage of the flawed trade system. But you know what? That's a nice looking team. I have faith in this team. This is the team 100%. I'm all in. I'm all in on it. 100%. Yeah, this is the squad. Yep. 100%. We're rocking with it. Let's get into it. Let's see how the season plays out. At the deadline, we're about 3 games-ish out of the wild card. It might actually be less. I'm going to trade De La Cruz, Reese McGuire, and Noah Davis for Jordan. Okay. I will sign a backup catcher. And then I'm going to get rid of probably Colin Moran. And I'm literally just trying to add just anything to the team. I'm intrigued by Nick Prado. Or Bo Bichette's kind of a bummer. I might trade Bo Bichette for a shortstop, which would be stupid considering we just got him. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, you know, you're not great. I can get Wander for you. Let's make the trade. You know what I mean? So there we go. We just did a little flip there, or a little you know, just a little change of the team a little bit. And now we're looking good. You know, we're looking pretty solid. What position is that? Catcher. So Tony Walters. Yeah, we do need a catcher. We definitely do need one of those. Is there one in free agency that I could just snag up? And not really. And Tony Walters is cool and all, but like honestly, you know, like let's just try to trade somebody for one. We've got to have someone that like we might be able to get someone kind of decent. So who could be that guy that's gonna like take us to the next level? No, I mean, not a bad idea actually. As my dog is going crazy in the background. But what about Salvi? How's Salvi doing? Not great. We're going to go with... Man, there's got to be someone here that, like, offensively does well. Like, that's what I'm looking for. Let's go with... Do we just go with our Narvaez? Because we know he's going to be good. Let's do it. And then I think that might be... it. I think that kind of covers everything that we needed. I just... Man, even Jonathan India is doing really bad here. And Moran, that's just we need something. I gotta find one more trade. I'm gonna acquire Nate Lowe of the Rangers for first base, and I think nope, he doesn't play right field. We have to find a right fielder, which I mean Shedlong wasn't terrible. Guess we could put O'Hearn there, maybe drop him a little bit in the lineup. And then maybe kind of go something like this. And I think offensively, now we're looking pretty strong. I think we need what? To call up one player, which... let's just call him up. Makes me want to get rid of one of those guys. But at the same time, honestly, it's whatever. It's fine. I think our offense is good enough now where we should be fine. Pitching-wise... I think we're okay. I think we should be able to get away with everything that we have going on. A starter could be good. Let's see. Can I trade Michael Pineda for somebody? Let's see. Who would be a good late addition? Maybe someone like a Sonny Gray. That's not too difficult to trade for. Let's see. You want Brandon Gold? What about Kaufman? Sonny Gray. Okay, so Sonny Gray is an option. We could go for... Who else? Maybe Zach Eflin. Okay, so we can't get him. What about Ranger Suarez? No. Taiwan Walker. Not too far away. And instead of Kaufman, we could probably throw in like... Ooh, hold on. Okay, so maybe not Taiwan Walker. What about Pablo Lopez? A little bit out of our range as well. So you know what? Without making it any longer, let's just bring in Sonny Gray for the season. We'll go Kaufman. And that actually... should help us out. Boom. Maybe flip those around. And we're set at the deadline. We changed the team up a little bit. You can see we're 10 games out in the division. Game and a half in the wild card. I think those are the trades that we're going to make there. Yeah, I like those moves. Let's finish off the season. In a wild turn of events, we won the division. 90 and 72. And, like, we weren't amazing. Like... We were good, but we weren't amazing. So what happened to the division? What happened? 90 and 72? That's wild. That's absolutely insane. How How? Herman was nasty, and so was John Means, and then Castellanos had the most hits, but like, still, that's mind-blowing. Absolutely insane. Bryce Harper hit 59 home runs, but let's see what awards we got. A Silver Slugger, but like, still, for me, that's insane to see that. Like 90 and 72 for the division. You know, the team definitely like did well the second half, but that's crazy that the rest of the division did that poorly that it gave us an opportunity to win the division. That just is insane. I didn't expect that to happen at all. So let's start with pitching. It looks like we kind of kept the same pitching staff throughout the entire year. And looking at it, it definitely was hit or miss, right? But it clearly, I mean, this part right here is probably the savior. So that's good to see. And we take a look at our starters. John Means was unbelievable. You've got Herman, who was just as good. You know, Sonny Gray, a late addition to kind of strengthen up the rotation. Alex Wood, and then Merrill Kelly. You know what? As a 5, I'll take that. I know I kind of got on Eliezer Hernandez for similar numbers last year, but I will take it 100%. So it looks like maybe O'Hearn was sent down. I can see that. I can see why Dietrich got sent down too. So maybe I didn't add him to the 40-man. I was going to say maybe we could add Jack Conrad, but I don't think I added him to the 40-man. So maybe we throw in like, maybe you know what? Maybe we just throw in Big P and Veen to play that spot for the season as we go through our bench really quickly. And it was okay. David Bodie, meh. You know, we take a look at our starters. Joey Wendell wasn't as good as I would have hoped for. So that's a huge disappointment. Castellanos was unbelievable. Love to get him in franchise. Nate Lowe was okay. Jordan, not bad. Not bad. You know, like, I'm saying not bad. They're very good numbers. It's just, you know, you expect craziness from Jordan. Omar Narvaez was absolutely insane with that on-base percentage. Malik Smith, not as good as he was last year, so that's a little disappointing. Wander Franco's in the team. Jonathan India was good on-base percentage. I'll take that for sure. And then you got Zach Veen. So let's see. Is anybody like not in a lineup that should be? He should be. Probably playing what? Oh, so it looks like they kind of changed up a couple things here. Hold on. Castellanos, Wander at third, and Wendell at short. Just have them flipped. And then maybe have like, who hits this? Maybe like that. And then we have Castellanos at third, and we could just do that. That works. But he hits lefties well too, so. Ooh, hold on. We might flip this a little bit more now. Hold on. Left field. So Castellanos is there. Flip that. But these guys don't play third. Okay, how are we gonna get this? How are we gonna get this to work? I don't think we are. I think that's just what we've learned. So maybe I think he gets the boot. He gets the boot, and I don't even remember who. We'll give Veen, and then we'll go like that. We'll give Veen a shot in left field, and we'll see how it goes. So it's postseason time. We're taking on the Brewers. Let's take a look at their lineup. Alrighty, Brewers. What do you got? That's a Brewers team. That's literally what it is. The pitching I'm more worried about than the offense. Yeah, the pitching is definitely worrisome for me. That's gonna be the tough part. So let's see what we can do. And we advance. We're taking on the Braves. We definitely need to move this around. So actually, maybe like that. Yeah. That should be correct, right? So there's John Means. All right. What do you have for us, Braves? Let's go to the Braves. Where are the Braves? Right here. Let's see what they've changed up. Clint Frazier. That's really about it. You know, you look at their pitching staff, a couple new names here and there, but like, I feel like we're Minnesota Twins are in the playoffs. How? The Twins. Hold on. I gotta see this. This is, what? How are the Twins in? Buxton. Okay, Martin's up. Maybe just taking Sano away from them allowed them to make some other moves that made them a good team. Maybe that's just what it was. But now we're taking on the Braves, and we are sweeping the Braves to take on the Angels. Looking at the lineup, they got a Nick Ahmed on the bench. Oh, Mountcastle and a Grossman. Ooh, okay. And then a couple, any changes? Actually, no changes to their pitching staff. That looks like the standard staff for them. We are in trouble, huh? We are, huh? Game 7. Yes, please. Ooh, who do we have? Sonny Gray on the mound? Versus Noah Syndergaard. Oh, boy. All right, we got to do it, though. All right, we're the home team. Don't worry about what stadium we're playing in. Man, our remaining pitchers have all struggled this postseason. So let's hope they snap out of it. Let's hope the offense came to play. That's a triple by Nicholas Castellanos. Jordan, I just need you to hit the sac fly, dude. That's all you had. Just hit it deep into the outfield. Come on. That's all you had to do. 1 run is not going to be enough. And Taylor Ward is the reason why 1 run is not going to be enough. Like, come on. Are we serious right now? There we go, Jordan. You get the double. You get the hit this time, but it doesn't matter because no one brings you in. So, can anybody wake up? Thank you, Joey Wendell. Thank you, Big Peen Veen. Make it 2-1. Now, we gotta end. We need more. And, oh, boy. I gotta take him out. He's gonna be a little bit too tired. Let's go in the 7th. Let's go Wood. Please, 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 please. 1 run scores. Tie ball game. All right. They bring in Mike Myers, and we can't do anything there. Let's go Chirinos in the 8th, and this is probably where they get their run. Oh, boy. This is where we got to get our run, though. This is the heart of the lineup. This is exactly what we need. And, dude, Jordan, you've been... Oh, you can't be serious. All right, we got to walk it off here. Please walk it off. Is Suarez a lefty? He is. Malik Smith, you hit lefties well. So does Wander, though. And India. Oh, the runner was thrown out. Why are we extending it? Just play it smart. We walk it off anyways. We walk it off anyways. I don't... Who walked it off for me? Because I don't remember who. I don't... What happened? Who... Game log. Who walked it off? Who walked it off? Bottom 9. Zach Veen doubles to center. Mike Trout throws to the home plate. But the runner is safe. Big Peen Veen. The rookie. Big Peen Veen does it for us. And that is who wins us the World Series in Game 7. Jonathan India is the MVP and the playoff MVP. And that's all that needed to be done. We changed this team a lot in just a small amount of time. And we've built this team for the future. And that is your expansion draft. I hope you enjoyed it. A little bit different. I know we changed this team up pretty quickly. But it was a different way of building a team. And I felt like we kind of had a good core that we changed up a lot. Did we even keep anybody? Malik Smith. that was it. We had Yerman, our whole bench, and then out of our starters, Merrill Kelly, Michael. Actually, our whole bullpen was original players. Domingo Herman actually played a key role during the regular season. So Jeff Hoffman are basically our bullpen besides Chirinos and Archie Bradley. But for the most part, okay. I mean, the pitching staff a little bit, but the lineup, yeah, definitely needed to be changed. We just weren't getting enough offense from them. But that is your expansion draft rebuild. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.